Whew, what a weekend. The husband is at training for the next month. I'll just sit here. That's fine. We can't figure out how to drive in a parking lot. Probably should finish my coffee. Yeah, no coffee mug today, honey. We're just running on like dry, on like fumes today because we were late. It is true, like you're just not the same without it. That means addiction, yay. But you know, it's like mom fuel, you know? Yeah, of course, like if I got, you know, like 8 to 10 straight hours of sleep, then I wouldn't need any caffeine, you know? Because I'd be rested. So funny. One thing that I think is really funny when they're like, my first, right, when I had just Archer, everybody's like, oh, you just sleep when the baby sleeps. So I was like, okay, I'll try that. I mean, my husband works nights, so I'm like here by myself during the day. I'm like, oh, I'll sleep when the baby sleeps. And then after like 2 days of that, I was like, okay, so you want me to cook when the baby cooks too? Let me go ahead and clean when the baby cleans. Honey, that don't, no. No, ma'am. We're not doing that. You got to stay awake so you can get your shit done. Oh, sorry. Oh, see, I was talking all that crap in the parking lot, and now this person's trying to turn right, and I'm sitting off in the big ass middle. Okay, sorry, folks. Anyway, so this morning, I know the masks are like such a huge debate right now. My first question is, when is this going to be over? What's his name? Fauci can't ever give us a number, can't ever give us proper, like parameters, like what we need to reach for the masks to go away. Meanwhile, he's sitting there fully vaccinated with a mask on his face, as is our president and co-president. And I just, it's a joke to me now. Like it's a joke. And if you haven't seen any of my other videos, let me scoot you over so we can go ahead and slow down for this school zone. If you haven't seen any of my other videos, I'm not one of those people that think coronavirus does not exist. I'm not one of those people that, you know, think it's just a made up hoax. I know that it exists because I had it. It took me 7 weeks to get over. It was the absolute worst upper respiratory infection I've ever had in my entire life. And I have a pretty weak respiratory system as it is. And I mean, this bus is going like 5 miles an hour. I'm going like 15 in a 20, and you know, people are looking at me crazy. You don't have a speedometer. Like, don't stand out there, Mr. Crossing Guard, and like look at me crazy because I'm going 5 under. Anyway, I just need my coffee. See, I don't need to be out in public like that, like this, without coffee. So anyway, back to the whole mask thing. So at daycare, they sent out this like announcement in the app. I think I might have told you this last week. It was like, masks are still required in the lobby. Like, and I literally just want to like write them and be like, for what reason? Why? I've had it. I've gotten over it. I have antibodies to protect myself against it. Should somebody else have it? I've already had it. And I got over it without treatment. Like, I got over it without medicine. I went to the doctor twice in 7 weeks. And they told me, oh, it's just a virus. I mean, you're just going to have to let it run its course. And I'm like, meanwhile, my ribs are bruised from coughing. I've had now 2 refills of my albuterol inhaler. You're not supposed to have that much albuterol. The only thing that really, really helped me, like for real helped me, and this is not like, I'm not being funny, Galliano. Galliano was the only thing that could keep me from coughing. Cold from the fridge, I would just sip shots of it. It was literally the only thing. I drank 2 or 3 bottles of Robitussin. I took every expectorant. What is that stuff? Mucinex. Mucinex, the brand, and Mucinex, like the CVS brand. I had all sorts of stuff. I drank half a liter of apple cider vinegar because I was also doing my like witchy remedies, you know. So I was doing like the hot water with lemon, cayenne, honey, salt, and apple cider vinegar. I was drinking like green juices and like ginger shots and like turmeric shots and like all this stuff. Nothing helped, girl. Nothing helped. But Galliano helped me stop coughing. It was a nightmare. It was an absolute nightmare. So anyway, I'm not sitting here talking about like, oh, what was me? I was so sick. You know, it's like people want change. People want to stop wearing these masks. People bitch about having it. There was a child just now, about 12 years old, riding his bike with a mask over his nose and mouth. Riding his bike by himself outside with a mask over his nose and mouth. I mean, what? I mean, are we really that stupid as a body of people? Are we really that stupid? Go outside. Like last summer, I saw people running in this Texas heat, hot as hell, 90 plus, running, sweating with a mask over their mouth and nose. Like you just want to fall out, right? You just want to fall out in the middle of this little community. Where's the facts that say we have to wear a mask? The CDC even says if you have been vaccinated, you're not transmitting it and you're not getting it. People that are fully vaccinated are still wearing a mask. Why? For what reason? Because, I'll tell you why. Because the government has gotten it in our heads to be afraid. Ooh, coronavirus, be afraid, be afraid, be afraid. I would be afraid if it was Ebola. We didn't shut down for Ebola when Ebola was in this country, did we? Do we shut down every year for the flu? The flu can kill anybody. Anybody can die from the flu. What about, and I had H1N1. I had the swine flu. It was absolutely horrible. It was absolutely terrible. But I am susceptible to catching those things because my respiratory system is crappy. So anyway, I just want you to ask yourself, if people are walking around fully vaccinated and we are close to herd immunity and the mask doesn't work anyway, I mean, it's not that effective. Condoms are more effective at preventing pregnancy. Why are they still requiring us to wear masks? Why? Why are businesses still locked down? Why? It's government control, people. It's government control. It's the fact that there are malicious plans that cannot be carried out unless they have control of us. And that is what they are trying to do. Make us puppets. So, do you want to be a puppet? Do you want to just be like led around by the nose? Or do you want to reap all the benefits of this free country that we live in and actually have your freedom and be free to choose whether you cover your nose and mouth when you go out in public? Like, you really, really need to think about this. There's a bigger story here. There's something much bigger and frankly sinister that is going on, and they need to be able to control us to carry out all those plans. So if you're a patriot, stand up. Your participation is mandatory. Matt Walsh said that the other day. Your participation is mandatory, or else we are going to it's just not going to be America anymore. We're losing America as we know it. So everybody needs to stand up. I'm doing it. Are you?